Even though there are debates over the results of mega infrastructure projects, they are making a comeback to play a significant part in the development of China. While some people see them as potentially valuable instruments for a big push of modernization, others are critical of them because of their many negative impacts and the danger of failing. The first controversial mega infrastructure is the Hangxi River Project. A social activist named Zhao Zhan came up with the idea for the project in 2017. The project's objective was to redirect water from Tibet to the arid regions of Xinjiang. Even though it does not have any backing from the government, it caused controversy on social media when it was proposed. The project's idea was to begin close to the Yarlung-Zangbo Grand Canyon and transfer water from import rivers in southeast China, such as Lancang and the Niu. It would then go via the Hexi Corridor in Gansu, located in the northwestern province of Gansu, and finally arrive in Kaxi in Shanxing. With the branch canals included, it will be 6,188 kilometers long, just less than the length of the Yangtze River. It will divert 60 billion cubic meters of water yearly, more than the amount of water flowing through the Yellow River in a year. According to Gao, the completion of the project would take 10 years and cost 4 trillion yen. The initiative has been the topic of 2 academic talks, and Shanlin Finance said it would assist the plan before it went out of business in 2018. The next controversial mega infrastructure is the Taiwan Strait Tunnel project. Initially, the tunnel was envisioned as a component of the Beijing-Taipei Expressway, which would provide a connection between Taiwan and the mainland if it were to be finished. The Fuzhou-Taipei segment of the high-speed railway was included in the Transport Network Development Plan that the State Council announced in February of 2021. The project comprises an underwater tunnel that is 126 kilometers long and has been the focus of several academic debates and feasibility studies. At least one of these studies was organized by the China Railway Engineering Corporation, a state-owned corporation. There is a clear lack of interest from Taiwan, which Beijing considers as their separatist province that has to be unified, even if it means using force. This is in contrast to the excitement that exists in mainland China, particularly because tensions across the Taiwan Strait have increased over the last years. It is usually seen to be a component of Beijing's credo for unification. The third controversial mega infrastructure is the Yarlung-Zangbo River Dam. In November 2020, Yan Xiyong, chairman of the state-owned Power Construction Corporation of China, raised the possibility of constructing a hydroelectric dam on the lower levels of the Yarlung-Zangbo River, also referred to as the Brahmaputra River in India. During his presentation to the China Society of Hydropower Engineering, he claimed that the Great Bend portion of the river has the potential to generate roughly 70 million kilowatts, which is 3 times the capacity of the Three Gorges hydropower project. China will begin the development of hydropower on the lower sections of the river, as stated expressly in the National Development Plan for the NDRC for 2021 through 2025, following the completion of the Jiangdu and Jiacha hydropower stations. The Tibetan government is putting forward efforts to create the Dagu Station, which is located in the middle of the Yarlung-Zangbo River. Even though the project is still in its very early stages, it has caused a great deal of alarm among nations farther downstream, particularly India, which is concerned that China may be able to weaponize water resources. The next controversial mega infrastructure is the Yantai-Dalian Undersea Tunnel. More than twice as long as the Channel Tunnel, which connects England and France, the planned tunnel, linking the city of Yantai in the east and Dalian in the north, would cover around 90 kilometers under the Bohai Sea. Train journeys might be reduced from 10 to 1 hour, eliminating the need for a boat that takes 8 hours. The concept was first proposed in the early 1990s. However, its practicality has been doubted for a considerable amount of time due to the complex technology needed and the low demand for transportation as a result of the central government's decision in 2014 to include it in its strategy to revitalize the northeastern region of China earned additional attention. Wang Menshu, a tunnel specialist who passed away recently, was currently serving as the deputy chief engineer of China Railway Construction Group and the head of the strategic planning team for the project. He said that the project would need an expenditure of around 260 billion yen. The proposition was presented to the State Council in 2013 for deliberation. So, in May 2019, construction proposals were presented to the NDRC, China's most prominent economic planning organization, for approval. However, no further decision has been made public. On the other hand, there are indications that the project could get further advanced. In the case of the high-speed railway station in Penglei, located in the district of Yantai City, preparations have been made for linkages between the two Bohai regions. The fifth controversial mega-infrastructure is the Sichuan-Tibet Railway. After establishing a connection with Shanghai in 2006, the Sichuan-Tibet Railway may be considered the second rail link between Tibet and the provinces located in the hinterland. By establishing a connection between Chengdu, the capital of Sichuan Province, and Lhasa, the capital of Tibet's autonomous region, the project has the potential to cut travel time from 36 hours to 13 hours. The China Railway Group, controlled by the state, has identified it as a significant strategic project. President Xi Jinping has supported it. As a result, it is considered the most important priority for constructing China's railways, despite having negative feedback on social media. The project's construction, which is anticipated to be finished by 2026 and has a projected investment of 319.8 billion yen, began at the end of 2020. The 435-kilometer portion that connects Ningxi in the Tibet Autonomous Region to Lhasa opened this year. In contrast, the piece connecting Chengdu to Yan in Sichuan Province opened in 2018. Tunnels and bridges will be used to construct the remaining 1,011 kilometers, passing through areas at an elevation of more than 9,000 feet at their highest point. The last controversial mega-infrastructure is the South-North Water Transport Project. Since the early 1950s, China has discussed its ambitious proposal to move dozens of billion cubic meters of water yearly from the Yangtze River in the south to the northern areas via 3 canals. According to prior market estimates, the government has yet to disclose the money it spends on the project. Jiangsu, Shandong, and Hebei are the provinces the Eastern Canal traverses on its journey across China. On the other hand, the Western Canal begins at 3 tributaries of the Yangtze River close to the Bayanhar Mountains. It travels through Qinghai, Gansu, Jiangxi, Inner Mongolia, and Ningxia. China approved the building of the eastern route and Phase 1 of the central route in 2002, and by the end of the previous year, 94% of the work had been finished. As of the end of 2021, the Ministry of Water Resources reports that around 49.9 billion cubic meters of water have been rerouted due to the opening of the eastern route earlier in that year. In addition to worries over investments, evaporation, and environmental damage, the project faces a significant obstacle in the displacement of local populations. According to statistics provided by the government, around 330,000 people who were living in the vicinity of the Danjiangkou Reservoir and along the central route were compelled to relocate. In May 2023, Xi traveled to the central route and attended a symposium. During his speech, he said that the project was justifiable since it would not only satisfy people's demands, but also protect the eco-safety and sustainability of the environment. So, did we miss any of China's controversial infrastructures? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.